4.3 Text Mode Interactivity. We're going to look at basic input and output using print, pprint, input, and getPass. Or we're going to see about using the CMD command framework to create a more advanced text mode interface. And then we're going to execute the next step of our project. The fundamentals of interactivity are simple. We need to be able to tell the user things, and we need the user to be able to tell us things. In service of those two goals, Python provides the built-in functions print and input. Print takes any number of Python objects as parameters and prints them on the screen. Input takes a string prompt as its parameter, prints it out, and then reads text until the user hits enter, and returns what the user typed as a string. That's about as simple as interactivity can get. The print and input functions can do a lot, but there are a couple of corner cases where they don't work so well. One of those is when we want the user to type in a password. If we used input to read the password, it would be displayed on the screen for anybody else to read. The getPass module contains a function called getPass, which works just like input, except that it doesn't show the text the user types. The other corner case I want to mention is that although print can print out any Python object, it doesn't do a good job of presenting complex data structures. The pprint function, from the module of the same name, makes complex data structures much more readable. If we want to display a list of dictionaries, pprint will do a better job of it than print would. Between those four functions, there's a wide range of user interfaces we could make, but they're pretty basic tools. We'd be reinventing a lot of wheels and wasting time. Fortunately, thanks to Python's batteries-included philosophy, we don't have to do that. Instead, we'll use the standard library's CMD module to quickly build our user interface. All we have to do is inherit from the command class, that's cmd.cmd, and define the methods which implement commands the users can type. We set the prompt attribute to a string that will be used to prompt the user for a command, and then we create an instance of our command class and call it cmd loop command loop method. Presto, instant interface. In the example we just saw, the command class takes care of displaying prompts, reading in commands, and invoking the correct methods. But that's all it does. We still needed print if we wanted to display data from inside the command handler method. The command class isn't exclusive. It does a lot of work for us, but we can still use print and input directly if we need to. That's very nearly everything there is to say about text mode interactivity in Python, at least if we want our programs to be portable across platforms. There is another standard library module called curses, which enables much more sophisticated text mode operations. But the curses module is not portable to Windows, and so we're not going to go into it in details here. Instead, let's look at defining the user interface for our pipeline program. It seems like we'd want to be able to add programs to the pipeline and manipulate the data passing between the programs in various ways. We'll also want to be able to save the pipeline when we're happy with it and be able to actually run it. Finally, we'll want to be able to quit the program. A help command would also be helpful, but lucky us, the command class will provide that automatically by using the docstrings for the command handler functions. We're just going to stub in the command handlers here because we're focusing on interface implementation for now. So there we have a pretty decent user interface, and with very little work on our part. That's it for the text mode interaction. The built-in print and input functions provide basic input and output. The pprint module gives us a nice formatting for displaying Python objects, while the getPass module provides hidden password input. The CMD module provides a more advanced framework for quickly creating text mode interactive programs. In the next video, we'll look at how to actually run other programs from inside our code.